Hey there, Tommy Larkin here with Optimal Movement, Fitness, and Yoga. And today, a way to use the hips to make our mind not overthink when it comes to balancing. Hey there, welcome back. And as always, thank you for joining me. Now, today's tweak is about getting the mind to not overthink about balance when we're standing on one foot or one hand, one leg, kind of really any place that we have a need for balance, right? But particularly more of the standing on one foot. All right, so it is about a circular motion in the hips that creates, or circular motion in the body really as a whole. We're using the hips as our circular motion today to create a stability and balance on one foot. Now, back in tweak number 46, I talked about standing on one foot and where the eyes or where you focus is, and that's still vitally important. You don't want to just be going willy-nilly around and be like, okay, where am I in space? That's still not going to work. So you still have to have that point of focus. And as a recap on that, you want to look somewhere between 10 and 15 feet in front of you and relatively about your eye height. A little lower, a little higher is fine, but you don't want to be looking up too high, and you don't want to definitely be looking too much at the ground, particularly too much right in front of you. That will create imbalance for you in the mind, and the equilibrium will then tell you we have to get down, right? So the process here is very simple. It's a lot like hula hooping from a standpoint of the movement of the hips. And part of this came from a Instagram or a YouTube short. I'm not sure now which one it was, but it's this little girl who's got the hula hoop and she spins it around, it drops straight to the ground, and then she's moving the hips like she's still hula hooping. And I thought about that in a class, and I was like, a couple of the people are having trouble balancing in what we were doing. We're doing very simple lifting the leg in kind of little micro tree positions, and working towards a deeper tree, and they just couldn't seem to get their stability. So I thought, it's like, let's try something. So I developed a really quick double-blind study, and the reason it's double-blind is the people in the class, a couple people had their cameras off, and so I couldn't see them, and a couple people had their cameras on, and so we did this, and then I asked the people who had their cameras off how it did, because I could see the other people, and it all worked great. So it's a double-blind study as a result that makes this all possible. But what we did was we shifted the hips around, right, and we went both directions, and that pulled us right in a circular motion to standing. And what I discovered, and I've kind of known this, it's just a little deeper expression now, is that rather than having to push down the feet, draw back up, lift all these things, hug it all in, and then try to lift and stand up and be very linear and very static in our process, and then we reach down and it, all this imbalance to try to get up into a tree position, for instance, right? We take it and we make it sort of soft through circular motion. And through that circular motion, right, we can stand and just lift. Because our body starts to understand how to do all the other things, which you already know how to do, right? So as we make this motion, right, and you come around, and maybe we come around like that, and then we find this center. Now, you may see I've made a little circular motion in getting back to the center because I kind of shifted a little fast on that. So that will happen, but we're going to make this very simple. So for about 5 times, we're going to move the hips around in one direction. All right. And you want to have that belly in the back of the spine. You want to have cow in the chest, and you want to feel the pelvic floor, right, in front of the tailbone moving up towards the sky. And it's not about speed here. It's about being fluid, right? And then go the other direction. And the hands can actually go wherever they want. When I usually teach this, I put the hands on the hips, so you can really feel that motion of oscillation. Now, a couple more times this direction just so you get that flavor. All right, and then you're going to come back to center and stand. Now, one of the tricks to this is that this oscillation actually tells the feet how we're moving and the balance points that are important to stand on. So you don't have to overthink on that. It's just going to happen. right? So you can put the hands wherever you want, but you're going to circle the hips around one time, and then you're going to circle them back around to the other, and we're going to come back and we're going to stand in that right foot and lift the left knee. All right, good. Now put that left foot down. Now you're going to circle the hips the other way. Full cycle, it's usually really about 1.5, and then you're going to circle them the other way, stand in the left foot, lift the right knee. Good, and then put that right foot down. Beautiful. Now, you probably quickly found sort of the faster you go, the less balance you may have because you're moving fast, right? The slower you go, the same thing happens. So there's kind of a sort of an ideal speed for yourself that you'll figure out as you come back around and get it. That was a little bit fast. Also lean forward. So these are little keys I want you to know. If you lean forward, you're going to create an imbalance. If you lean back, same thing. If you move a little too fast, it can create that. But this goes whether you're moving the hips or not. If you lean forward and try to lift the knee, you're never going to be fully balanced, right? Which is not necessarily a bad thing in some cases. If you're getting ready to jump into a pool and you're getting ready to do here, a little imbalance just lets you get in a little bit faster, right? But if you're standing to do tree or Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, or working towards, say, Natarajasana, where the foot's behind us, maybe we're even holding it behind the head, right? You need this stability that comes from a circular motion that tells the body where the center point is, right? So with that, let's go one more time, and then we'll be done for today. So hands can go wherever they like. You can experiment with the hands out. Right, we're going to circle back around. We're going to stand in the right foot and lift the left knee. And then exhale, place that foot down. Now I'm going to do it with the hands on the hips this time. So you circle the hips around one time, you go back around, and we're going to stand in the left foot and lift the right knee. Good, and put that foot back down. Fantastic. So there you go. I hope you gained great benefit from today's work. If you have any questions about this tweak or any previous one, let me know. Put your question in the comments of the specific tweak and I'll get back to you. Also, if you like today's tweak, I'd appreciate you hitting that like button below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Plus, check out the website and follow us on social media for other inspiration and great ways to increase your optimal vitality. You'll find those links in the description below. As always, thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, have an amazing week and be excellent to each other.